Welcome to the session today. We're going to be focusing on how to prevent and how to help with text neck. So what happens with text neck is we get very weak around the neck area, and we're a bit like that. And also then what happens is the shoulders start to climb. So what we're going to be doing today is focusing on stretching around the neck, because we always want to stretch a lot of these muscles before we come into some strength work. And we are going to focus on strengthening these upper muscles to help with the posture, but also to remind the brain just exactly how these muscles should work, because what often happens is these muscles, they just start to stay up here, and that's not what we want them to do. We want them to be down there, which is why people tend to get a lot of pain in their neck and shoulders. So without further ado, you don't need any equipment. I'm just going to have a block. You can have a little cushion or something like that. So we will start in seated. You can actually, do this on a chair as well. You don't have to sit on the floor. You can sit on a chair. So just any nice, comfortable position where you can sit up nice and tall. So like I said, we're going to focus on stretching first, especially one particular muscle, levator scapula, touches to the top of the head and it comes down either side into the side of the shoulder blades. So if we don't stretch before we come into strengthening, tomorrow you might feel quite stiff in this area. So we're just going to spend a little bit of time with that first. So sitting nice and tall. Now, I want you to imagine with this that you're actually sat against a wall. So if you have got a wall or a wardrobe, try and sit against there because it will help. So the first thing we're going to do is just take the head gently over to the left. So I want you to imagine you have a heavy earring. I like that cue that comes from one of our teachers on their teacher training course. So just allow the head to tilt over. So before we deepen the stretch, all I want you to notice is how that feels. Some people might feel something, some people not. So the area that we're actually focusing on is the opposite side between the ear and the shoulder. So if that feels okay, perhaps you want to walk that hand, your right hand, a little bit away. So I like to walk it away and then backwards. So I'm holding on to the back of the mat there. So what you're trying to prevent is the shoulder rolling around as well. So I actually want you to pull the left shoulder back down, back and down. And then release the hand, bring the head up, just have a couple of shoulder rolls, and then we're going to go to the other side. So we're just going to start nice and gently. So head goes over to the right. See how that feels. So for me personally, I do feel stretching, but I feel more on the other side. If you want to go a little bit deeper, reach the left hand away, and if you want to go a little bit deeper than that, bring the arm back, but make sure that the body hasn't rotated. This is why I like the wall. So check to make sure that your right shoulder is still against the wall and your eyes are pointing forward. Good. So just nice big breath. Keep thinking of the shoulders going down, 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 down the back. Good. And then release the hand, release the head. So just have a couple of shoulder rolls again. So now we're going to do nose. So you're going to turn your head to the left as though you're trying to swivel your head all the way around. But when you do this, I want you to try and pull those shoulder blades back. Now, if you've got any tightness in the side of your neck, what often will happen when you turn your head to the left, your right shoulder will pull around. So that is just because there's a tightness. If you think of a really tight elastic band, if you pull it away, it's going to pull whatever it's attached to with you. So in your mind, just think of trying to pull it back. Even if it does move around, it doesn't matter. So gazing over your shoulder, sitting nice and tall. Just be mindful, after a while we tend to slouch a little bit. And then come back to the center, have a couple of shoulder rolls, and then over to the other side. So that's what I'm feeling a little bit. It's a little bit harder. And then pull those shoulder blades back and down. I like to just give a little circle every now and again. Imagine you're just trying to peep behind you. Your spine's nice and tall. And think of space between your ear, your jaw, and this shoulder. And then come back to the center, have a couple of shoulder rolls. And now we're going to do the back of the neck, which is the main one that we're going to be focusing on. So I want you to turn your head 45 degrees to the left. So with my legs crossed, it's in line with those knees. If you sat on a chair, then it's kind of like just past the legs. Now you're going to send your chin backwards to try and push it in against the wall. And then take the chin above your collarbone. So now your eyes are going to go down towards either your knees, your nipple, or under your armpit, somewhere around there. But I want you to be mindful that you're not dropping the head down. So if you were against the wall, you're still trying to keep your head against the wall. So what we're getting into here is a particular muscle called levator scapula. It attaches to the top of to the bottom of the skull, goes down your neck and into the shoulder blades. So when that muscle is tight, it's a group of muscles that will do this, but the main one is this one. But it's also one that gives you the knots, and it's also one that can cause a lot of headaches. So this is what we are doing this for. So now each exhale, just see if you can take that chin slightly towards your collarbone a little bit more. So remember, you want to imagine your head still against the wall. But I also want you to focus on the right shoulder blade, really pull it down. So we're trying to send the top of the head up and the shoulder blade down. And then just release slowly, bringing the head back to the top and then come back to center. Have a couple of shoulder rolls. And then turn the head, other side, 45 degrees. Reverse your chin first. Take the chin above the collarbone. So your gaze will be towards your right knee / nipples / under the arm. My clients always say, it depends where your nipples are. And all I want you to do is just be mindful how your sides compare, because you will have one side that feels a bit tamer. And then bring the head back to the top, come back to the center and give yourself some shoulder rolls. So all I want you to do is just take your hands and give yourself a little shoulder massage. We're actually going to do that again, but this time we're going to work a little bit more deeper into that. So let's just start with some shoulder rolls, nice big shoulder rolls. So bring your shoulders forward, take them up to your ears and squeeze them down. Just nice big shoulder joint movements. And I really wanted to emphasize the pulling back and down. So that last little part, I wanted to visualize how your shoulder blades are going into your back pockets. So actively pulling them down, because one of the exercises that we're going to be doing in a minute is all about this pulling down sensation. So pull it down, pull it down, pull it down. Good. Now once your shoulders have come back down, we're going to go back to that little neck stretch. So taking the head to the left, reaching that right hand out. If you want to go further back, you can. Now, if you feel like you want to go a little bit deeper into this, just be very gentle, because you don't really need to force your neck into any positions. Just take your hand and pop it where your ear is. Now with this, you don't even need to pull. Just the weight of your hand will be enough to increase that stretch. So some people might feel it here, you might feel it in the arm. So I'm not pulling, I'm just resting my hand on my head. And I can feel that all the way down my arm. Keep sitting up nice and tall. So if you have got discomfort, what you might find is that right shoulder will want to pull up. This is your brain. It is designed to keep you safe and comfortable. So it doesn't like the sensation. So what it's going to do is start to lift the shoulder to reduce that stretch. So be mindful and really focus on reaching, reaching, reaching. Just holding it there. Good. Just a couple of more breaths. So any kind of neck pain, sitting computers all day, these are lovely stretches for that. And then release your hand over, nice and gently release. Come up. Come back to a lot of these shoulder rolls again. And then we go to the other side. So right ear to right shoulder. See how that feels. Remember, find the point. We want it to be uncomfortable. We don't want it to be painful. So if you're there, it's like, you're just going to stay there. If you want to go a little further, reach your left hand away, walk it slightly back. And if that's okay, you can stay there. Or again, just taking the hand, pop it onto the head and then rest the arm. So you're not pulling, you're not yanking on your neck. Just rest the weight of the hand onto the head. And then breathe. So relaxing your right shoulder, relaxing the left shoulder. Keep sitting up nice and tall. So with stretching, we just like to hold for a few breaths, just give all those tissues a chance to stretch off. So not just getting the muscles, it's getting fascia, all the connective tissues that are around, well, around your whole body. But neck, shoulders. So breathe in. Good. And then releasing the hands very gently, releasing the head. Have some shoulder rolls. I always say everyone thinks Pilates and yoga teachers are perfectly aligned. We're probably worse aligned than most people. Good. And then come back. So now we're going to do nose. So pull the shoulder blades back and down. Now hold them there. So really engage your muscles down your back and then turn your head to the left. If you want to go that little bit further, you're going to take the hand, your right hand back. And then really try and actively swivel that head around without your right shoulder pulling round and without the left shoulder lifting. So I still want you to imagine you're trying to squeeze those shoulder blades down the back. Each exhale, can you go a little deeper? One more. Good. Gently release your arm, bringing the head back to the center, shoulder rolls. Hopefully you are feeling this. They shouldn't feel nice. Good. So now we're going to look, oh, something in my eye, over to the other side. So if that feels all right, we'll take it to the next stage. So pull that left arm back. Make sure your shoulder blades are drawing together and down the back. So to me, this side is a little bit tamer than the other side. And then think of the collarbone. You're trying to pull this collarbone down. And this part of the head, you're trying to pull away. So again, we're trying to get this space and this distance between the two. A couple of more breaths. Good. And then bringing the hands back to the front, head back to the front. Oh, giving everything a little jiggle. Now we're going to come into that one at the back of the neck again. So 45 degrees to the left, reverse your chin, take it down. So remember your eyes are going chest, knee, under the armpit, somewhere around there. But I want you to imagine this head is still trying to stay against the wall. So be aware of taking the head all the way down. We don't want to drop the neck forward. We're trying to get the back of the skull to go upwards. So now taking your right hand out to the side, maybe walking it back a little bit. Now for those that want to go deeper, you're going to take your left hand, come over the front as though you're looking at your hand, and then take your hand over the back of the head. So again, we're not pulling. All you're going to do is just rest the weight of your hand on the head. That's usually more than enough to deepen that stretch. Now I want you to really emphasize pulling your right shoulder blade down, 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 while the back of your skull is going up and away. So these can be very intense, especially if they are tight on you. You might feel a lot around the shoulder blade. So this particular muscle is quite an odd muscle. It's not like many of the other muscles. There's kind of three parts to it. And then gently release the hand. Slowly bring the head up. Bring the head back to the center. I say it's quite off when you're doing it, but it will feel better tomorrow. So now we're going to go the other way. So 45 degrees to the right. Reverse your chin back first. Take the chin above the collarbone. So we're trying not to let the head move away from your wall. Left hand, take it out to the side, possibly a little further back. Eyes are to your right knee, under your armpit area, nipple area. So to me, this side feels a lot looser, so it's not as uncomfortable. Take your right hand, look at the hand, and then take the hand back of the head, and then just relax the hand on the head. So we're not actively pulling, anything like that. And then just visualize your left shoulder blade. Actively use the muscles in your back to pull that shoulder blade down as the back of your skull lifts a little higher and away. Good. And then releasing the hands, slowly bring yourself back up. Bring the head back to the center, and then give yourself another little massage. So, like I said, I can definitely feel it on this side. And you might get one part is more stiff on one side, and one part is more stiff on the other side. So that's completely normal. Right, so we're now going to come into an exercise called the black bones, which is something that we actually found on YouTube. As a chiropractor that came up with these exercises. And the first time I did them, I thought I was going to be in agony the next day, but my shoulder pain disappeared and it was fantastic. So today I'll be sharing these exercises with you. So we're going to come into front lying. So if you've got big boobs, pop a block under the head. I'm going to have a block under the head just so I don't muffle the microphone. There's different levels to this. We're going to go through one level today, and I'm going to actually choose the one where the head is up. So there's one where we keep the head down, one where we keep the head up. And I like the head up because it's a bit more strengthening as well. And there's 6 arm positions that we're going to be working with. So I'm going to show you the first one, so you can just see what I'm doing with my shoulders, and then we will go through the whole thing together. So if you just have a look here first. So you can have your legs together or apart. I'm not too fussed with that. You're going to pull the belly button in, send your pubic bone down and engage your legs. So the legs just want to feel light. Now squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift the hands, float the head up. Now with this, I want you to really try and pull those shoulder blades together, and now try and slide your shoulder blades down the back and think of the crown of the head reaching forward. So again, we're trying to put space between the back of the head and the shoulder blades. And then release and come back down again. Okay, so we're going to go through 6 arm positions. We'll do 2 of each, and then we'll see how that feels. So shall we go? So forehead on the cushion or a block if you need to. Palms are facing down with this, so your thumbs are pointing outwards and the arms are next to the body. Draw the belly button in, send your pubic bone into the floor, and then just activate your legs so they're nice and active. So squeeze your knees, your calves, your ankles. Roll your shoulder blades together, so really pull that shoulder joint back, lifting your arms, so they're still palms facing down, and then float the head up, but keep looking down. Now from here, I really want you to imagine that you're trying to get your shoulder blades to touch your spine, and then pull those shoulder blades down the back, down your back. So think of reaching for the wall behind you. But I want you to really focus on these muscles that are underneath your bra strap, somewhere around there. Pull, 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 pull them down. And then release. And then shake your bum. Why I want you to really focus on those muscles that are just over here is because they tend to be a little bit inactive. Because our shoulders are always hunching up, they tend to be a little bit inactive, so we just want them to wake up a little bit, to pull your shoulder blades down your back. That's what they're there for. Right, so we're going to do one more in that position. So palms are facing down. belly button pulls in, pubic bone down, engage your legs. Lifting the chest, head, arms. Pull those shoulder blades together. Now think of the bra strap underneath the shoulder blades and pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it into that back pocket. So you're trying to put space between your ears and your shoulders. And then release down and give it all a little shake. So the next arm position is out to the side, palms facing down. So belly button pulls in, pubic bone imprints. Engage your legs, lifting the chest, the arms. Now the same thing, you're going to pull the shoulder blades together and then try and get your shoulder blades to come down the back. So as you can see, there isn't really that much movement. And then release. And then shake it off. So if you like me, they don't feel great. But as I say, the first time I did these, I thought they were really going to hurt me the next day. And I was like, oh my God, there's no pain. Right, so tummy pulls in, pubic bone imprints, reach your legs away. Lifting the chest, the head, keep looking down. Lift your arms, try and squeeze the shoulder blades together and then pull the shoulder blades down the back. Now when you pull the shoulder blades down the back, be aware that the arms don't come down. The arms want to stay in line with the shoulder. And then release. Oh. So we're keeping the T position, but your palms are going to be facing forward. I always say like hitchhiker fingers. So palms are facing forward. You can have hitchhiker fingers, you can have long fingers. Tummy pulls in, pubic bone imprints, reach your legs away. Lifting the chest, the head, the arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and slide the shoulder blades down the back. Now just check out the corner of your eyes. Make sure the hands haven't dropped, they're staying in line with the shoulders. And then release down and shake it all off. Good. So now we're going to come into cactus arms. So cactus arms, elbows in line with the shoulders. So we're in that position there, and then your wrist is in line with, I've moved myself off the camera. Okay, so from here, belly button pulls in, pubic bone imprints, lifting the chest and the head, lift your elbows, lift your wrists, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Now try and slide your shoulder blades down the back. So check to make sure that your elbows haven't climbed down. The elbows want to stay high. It's the shoulder blades. And then relax down. This is a problem when you've got really long arms. I need an ultra wide angle lens. So we'll do one more. Belly button, pubic bone, engage your legs. So remember, your glutes are going to help support your back. Lifting the chest and the head, keep the chin down. Lift your arms, elbows stay high. Now pull those shoulder blades down, still trying to keep your elbows high. And then relax down. Good. Right, so we're on the home stretch now. Arms are going to come into a Y position. Now you'll find with these there isn't really that much movement, so don't be surprised if it's like, oh, you can hardly get your shoulders to move. So tummy pulls in, pubic bone imprints, reach your legs away, lifting the chest and the head and the arms. Now pull the shoulder blades together, slide it down the back. As you can see, there's hardly any movement. And then relax, shake everything. We're going to do one more. Inhale, hug the tummy in, send your pubic bone down, engage your legs, lifting the chest and the head and the arms. Now pull those shoulder blades down, cramp in the foot, and then relax. Good. You'll be glad to know there's only one arm position, so still Y position, but the palms are facing in. So we're ready. Tummy pulls in, pubic bone imprints, lifting the chest and the head, the arms. Now try and get your shoulder blades down the back. Make sure your pubic bone's staying down as well. And then release. Like I said, there's hardly any movement, if there is any movement with that one. Good. And then last one. You'll be glad to know. Belly button, pubic bone, legs. Lifting the chest, head, arms. Try and get your shoulder blades down. So for me, I can feel the left one moves a little bit more than the right one. And relax. Well done. So just roll onto your back. Oh. And then bring your knees into your chest. Well done. So just having a little rock from side to side. Good. I'm hoping those didn't feel very nice. They didn't feel very nice, and you know they're doing you good. Good. And then just bring your feet onto the floor. You can relax your knees together. You can either do this without a block or with a block or a towel. And I just want you to roll your head from side to side. Just release it. So what Joseph Pilates used to say, what you don't like, do more of. Most of us have, issues with the neck and the shoulders nowadays. Stress, tension, all that kind of stuff. Good. So rolling onto your side, bring yourself up. We're just going to do a little massage. So just taking your hands to the back of the shoulders. So if you enjoyed that video, or if you found it helpful, should I say, maybe you didn't enjoy it, and please like and subscribe. It helps YouTube to send this video to more people. And the more people that watch, the more people we can help. Good, so just give yourself a nice little shoulder roll. And I will tag some other neck-related videos for you. And that is the class. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the mat soon. Cheers.